The work has been done and the buzz is gone. Baby, I'm on my way to you. Friday night, I missed your embrace of the lonely days. There are so many kisses due. Friday night.
How's it going? Hopefully all is well with you and yours. I am really excited that you are here. Please say hi in the live chat and make sure that you are subscribed to my new channel. Please also share with your friends so that the truth can reach the world's ends. I am excited to be here with you this evening. I am going to work on making some vegan bread, some rolls, and also a vegan cheese pizza. I know it's not the healthiest again, but it is the weekend and I am celebrating life. So I look forward to it. The last vegan pizza that I made was so good. And my mouth is actually watering thinking about it, so that is pretty exciting. I am going to shift some things around here, and I will be back with you in just a minute. So I have my bread dough here, and I am working on making it into rolls, some pretty large rolls. But anyways, the ingredients in this bread are good for long-term storage. So they are the ingredients that I have put in my survival boxes. I have buried boxes of food and ammo, guns in my backyard supplies. And when the famine that the powers that be have created finally comes, I will wait until after confiscations happen, and then I will have all of my supplies safe. If you don't, they will take what you have worked to store up, and you could potentially face losing your life over stockpiles of food and not being any help to the golden age whatsoever. If you want to actually help create the golden age, you have to survive the tribulation, and taking an individual stand in your home over food is not how that is done. That's how you get yourself taken out of the game early. So hopefully you are preparing for what is coming. This bread is 1 cup of warm water, half 100 degrees Fahrenheit to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. 1 pack of yeast, which is 2 1/4 teaspoon. 2 tablespoons of agave. 2 tablespoons of coconut oil melted. 1 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 3 cups of flour. This is the bread that I also make for my full moon celebrations and what I made for my family when I visited Ohio. They really enjoyed it, and so did I. I made way too much of this bread when I was there. I was like constantly cooking. All right. I'm going to let these rolls rise for a little while and get my pizza dough ironed out. This is really puffy. So this pizza dough recipe is from this Vegan Basics book, which someone gifted to me, and unfortunately it's not fully vegan. I don't know why it's called Vegan Basics, but it talks about using eggs and honey and nonsense, so it's kind of a bummer on that front, but it does have some pretty good recipes otherwise. This pizza dough is 1 cup of warm water, 1 tablespoon of agave, 1 package of yeast, 1 cup, well actually technically I used 2 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. This recipe in the book actually wants you to blend different flours together, and I only had one, so that's what I used. And then 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt and 1 tablespoon of olive oil, which I use coconut oil for. So this has been rising really well. The flours that they wanted you to mix are 1 cup of whole wheat flour and then about 3/4 cup each of rice flour and spelt or oat flour. So, anyways. All right. Kind of want to make a thin crust pizza. So I have my bread in the air fryer. I cook it at 250 for 15 minutes and then I flip around the racks and cook it again for the same amount of time. I'm really looking forward to having some delicious bread. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk to you about our creator. There are obviously a lot of different allegations regarding our creator, and I wanted to share with you what I say on the matter. And first of all, I wanted to just put it out there that I am y'all's #1 fangirl. I think that this realm was created by a creator that wanted what was good for his creation. When this earth is not being poisoned, not being, fracked, and all of these unhealthy things, harmful things that we are doing, she provides so much food and resources for us that it is overwhelming. No one has to go without, and that is what our creator created, this Edenic paradise. But over time it has become corrupt and dark, and the creator allows free will under the dome. We came into this world knowing that we would have free will, and that free will allows us ultimately to do evil. If we didn't have free will and had to just do only what our creator created us to do, we wouldn't be doing evil. So this realm has become dark over time because Yah allows free will, and usually he does not interfere with what goes on under the dome. He allows free will to happen, but if it gets too dark, too corrupt, he will use floods and other methods like the sinking of continents or islands, which is really easily done because of the way that he has created this realm. The land that we are living on is thousands of miles thick, and underneath it, keeping it floating above the water, is this honeycomb of explosive gases, and all he has to do is just light these gases on fire and the island will sink. There are some books about the lost continent of Mu, which I find very interesting. They call that the motherland of man. James Churchward has written some books on it, talking about this subject and a lot of the symbols and signs from this ancient continent. So that is really fascinating. If you get a chance to look into that, you definitely should. But the creator allows free will under the dome, and like I was saying, he usually doesn't get involved unless it is getting too dark, and then he will step in with various means, various methods. So the creator inside of this realm that he created is all-powerful. It's his realm. But outside of this realm is a different story. I know that people, especially the religious folk with their programming, are going to say that this is blasphemy, heresy, whatever. But I don't care what they say. I don't care about what their religion says. I care about the truth. And when it is revealed to me, when I come across it, then I'm going to speak that truth, and it doesn't matter to me what your religion has to say about it. So, in regards to this, our Creator is all-powerful inside of this realm, but outside is a different matter. There are souls that existed before physical matter was brought into existence from various amounts of time, long before, just a little bit before. Not every soul is the same age, but there are souls like my own that are not only older than dirt, but older than our Creator. Our Creator, the Gnostic texts say, Gnostic means wisdom, gnosis, wisdom, knowledge of spiritual mysteries. The Gnostic texts say that Sophia created Yah to ultimately use her, craft her into physical matter and create this world that we are living in. So she created him, and then he crafts her. She is all physical matter, from the grass to the cows to the trees to you and me. So she is all of that, all that we see, and all physical matter is contained within the dome, within this realm that we are living in. So there are souls that pre-existed before our Creator, souls that have come in after. Outside of this world is not controlled by Yah, inside of it is. There is various differences between outside and inside. There are only a certain amount of souls under the dome. Some of the souls that are outside, they either choose to stay out there, they don't consent to coming in, or some of them aren't allowed to come in. There are some very dark souls that when they come into this realm, they do really, really evil things. And that's kind of like, wow, more evil than what we found out that the satanic psychopaths running our world do. Like, yes, they do a lot more evil than that. They try to end physical matter. There are some souls, a whole faction of them, that want this existence to stop, that want everything to end, it just to be dark again and over. I am not one of those souls. I personally love to come in here and go through this process of awakening, and even, when you're not awakened, I have a lot of good memories growing up and playing sports and being with my family, and a lot of fun stuff that ultimately brought me to here. Yes, I've made mistakes and things that I regret, but looking back, I see a lot of things that I have done well, and others that I would change coming in again if I could. But ultimately, overall, I have had a pleasant experience under the dome. Even though we are being crushed down, I still have fun and find joy in the birds and nature, going hiking and exploring and chatting with you and eating delicious vegan food and all sorts of fun things that we do inside of this realm that we don't do outside of this realm. So I want this realm to continue to exist, but I want it to exist more as the Edenic paradise that it was created to be, one that is pro-human, pro-animal, and one where our souls can flourish. We can live hundreds of years again. We can explore Mother Earth freely. That is what is exciting and what I ultimately come here to fight for. I want to be a mother desperately, and before that happens, I need to make sure that the world is a safe place for my future babies. And this current world that we are living in is literally being run by baby eaters. So, yeah, that's not safe. These entities running our world eat babies. They consume adrenochrome, and they are not human. So they are not human entities consuming human entities, while human entities consume not human entities. So it's kind of karmic, as I've said many times before, that if we consent to farming the animals, if we continue to enslave them, to use them as machines to get their products from them, and ultimately murder them for food, that's what's going to continue happening to humanity. It should be pretty logical and obvious. It's quite crazy how obvious it is, and we haven't realized it until now. But this is the awakening, and there are a lot of things that were really obvious that we didn't realize until now. Flat Earth is one of the most obvious truths. You can go outside and try to find some curvature. Guess what? You will fail because there is none. It's an obvious truth. It's an obvious truth that the sun and the moon are local lights in the sky, that they are both producing their own lights. You can test this for yourself. The direct moon light is colder than in the shade, which is opposite of the sun. On a sunny day in the direct sunlight, it's hotter than in the shade, and the moon is an opposite light of the sun, kind of like yin and yang. And the symbol of yin and yang is once you understand that there are some plasma field type lights going on, creating those sunrises and sunsets that are really colorful and beautiful, you will understand more this yin and yang symbol. This awesome video by Dan Dimensions goes through these details about sunlight versus daylight, and that obviously for anybody who is a Bible believer out there, it talks about how the light and the darkness was created, and then days later the sun was created. So there was a time when it was just, without the sun and just these lights in what I believe. So, anyways, back to our Creator. I think that our Creator has good intent, and that this evil under the dome displeases Him very much. I know it displeases me as well, and that is why I use the platform that I have, use all of the tools at my disposal, including my beauty, to spread the truth and to create the golden age. I've had some people ask me if I have an OnlyFans or Fans Only or whatever the heck that trash site is called, where you have people pay for your porn. Like, no, I do everything that I do for the golden age, and any time that I am getting naked, it's usually so that you can see my hips. Hips are the golden standard for sex discrimination. If you haven't seen my Transvestigation 101 video yet, please do, so that you can see how these deceivers have been fooling you this whole time. I don't trust anybody if I don't know for sure that they are a biological male or female. If you hide your face and your biomarkers and everything else from me, then I'm going to be very suspicious of you, because I understand that these abominations to God are everywhere, and they not only have infiltrated the truther community, but they try to swarm me and pretend like they are supporters while undermining me at every turn. It's extremely irritating, and I look forward to the golden age where it doesn't have to be a problem anymore. But it makes sense, because it is ultimately Satan at the end of the day, and he and Inanna have battled each other for a lot of cycles now. Satan is the enemy of humanity, the corrupter, and Inanna always comes in to purify. If you were Satan and you knew that your enemy was going to come in, you're as a corrupter, you're going to have the purifier coming in. What are you going to do besides demonize her, write bad things about her, turn her into some sort of demon, so that people will call good evil and evil good and shun the light? They'll run away from it because of the programming, the lies that have been written, and all of the demonization that has happened. I'm going to flip this over really quick. Yum, this bread smells so good. Know that I still love you, babe. In one of my recent videos, I brought up a popular transvestigator named Michelle XY, and during the live chat, Michelle said that they would send me a video or a picture of them in their bikini, and what I received was this. First of all, I can't even tell who that is because their face is covered up. Second, the hips are not even fully visible as well. Those could easily be some Victoria's Secret inverto hips, and that's what it looks like to me. And the fact that you're with an inverted deceiver is a red flag, saying that when you go into the area, all of these deceivers flock towards you and they love you. Saying that Satanists love you is a really big red flag, even being around them. I don't believe that Satan would allow a real female in that position, especially influencing or treating inverted deceivers, famous celebrities. So, I did receive the email, picture/video, but it did not settle anything for me. Just actually made me a little bit more suspicious, because if you didn't have anything to hide, why are you hiding your face? Why are you hiding your full hips? Like, I don't know. I don't have anything to hide, so I show you all that I've got. Well, besides what the children shouldn't see, and you can clearly see that I am a real female. Hips don't lie. Yum! This bread looks delicious. I'm sure that it tastes equally as good, although I don't want to eat a lot because my pizza is done as well. Yum. And vegan pizza, woohoo! I had a few different types of vegan cheese, some cheddar style and mozzarella style, so that is what I put on here, as well as some spaghetti sauce that I doctored up and made into pizza sauce. Yum. Well, the pizza's definitely crunchy. There are some store-bought cardboard pizza that are vegan, different types. They have like cheese lovers, and then this Italian herb and cheese. They have meat lovers, and then pepperoni style and a pepperoni with bacon. They probably might have some more, I'm not really sure, but those are the ones that I actually bought when I was in Ohio for my family to try. Although I really should have made my own. If I would have had like a fake pepperoni to put on it, then I probably would have been more tempted. But I wanted them to know that these vegan options were available at Walmart, literally right down the road where they're going anyways, that they could just have the things that they're already eating in a vegan version so that the animals don't have to be harmed. I'm constantly planting seeds, nagging on them, if you will, about veganism. It is really important for my family and everybody else to be completely vegan. That is what the golden age is going to be. It's not a golden age if you and me are preying on the helpless innocents. It's not a golden age for them. So in the golden age, it will be completely vegan, and we will be animal friendly, changing a lot of different things to make the world better for them as well as us. You can say we have dominion over animals, sure, but do you use your dominion to enslave them, to kidnap, rape, and murder them so that you can drink their milk like a baby, like a little goyim cattle, so that you can eat their innocent flesh and soul, that young meat and blood that the elite, the satanic scum at the top of Satan's power pyramid ruling our world, they love that innocent flesh and blood taste, right? It makes them feel more powerful and even rejuvenated sometimes because it's black magic. And black magic works, but it always comes at a cost. And it's the same when you're eating cows and other animals, and you might feel better in a way because these demons who feast on flesh are inside of you, these parasites that want you to eat flesh, and they are satisfied only when you do it. It's the same kind of concept. Both is innocent flesh, innocent bloodshed, and consuming innocent flesh and soul. I've talked before about how your soul, when you die, it doesn't just all immediately leave right at death. It leaves over time. And the animals that are killed, their bodies are cut all apart and then sent every which way. And the people that are eating those bits and pieces are eating part of that animal's flesh. And you're getting some of the adrenaline that they were feeling when they were getting ready to get slaughtered. And they're all standing in line, seeing and experiencing and hearing their sister cows in front of them being slaughtered. It is the same type of demonic addiction that the elite that people want to try to expose for doing this evil to humans. Humans are doing the same types of evil to other species. You want to claim that you're in the circle of life? Well, then don't complain when you are farmed, when you are farming. It's the circle of life. I have to judge it righteously and see it not from a human perspective, but see it from a perspective of the divine. Seeing it as if you do unto cows, if you enslave them, then it is karmic for you to be enslaved. What you do to others is karmically owed to you. Whether it is good or bad. You can do good things and get good karma coming your way, or you can do bad things and get bad karma coming your way. Your actions determine what happens ultimately in your life, whether your soul is being purified or it is corrupting. And delicious vegan alternatives, although they aren't the healthiest, they are a great way to start purifying your mind, body, and soul and stop partaking in innocent bloodshed, which is bringing about bad karma for you. It's bringing about diseases in your body, premature aging, and premature death. And that is what you're eating, is the flesh of a little girl, usually, that was abused her whole life. She was injected with hormones to make her grow up faster, get bigger. As soon as she was able to give birth, get pregnant, she was probably raped, and the cycle of abuse was started in this. And all of that energy, all of that death and evil is in that flesh that you are eating. That is what it is coming from. Whereas if you go to an apple tree that is growing in the sun and not being sprayed, unfortunately we're all being sprayed, but those of us who don't do any extra spraying, we have the organic farms, which is hard to claim under a dome when you're all being sprayed with chemicals. But anyways, it doesn't require or involve any death for me to grow apples and go out there and pick an apple and then cut it up or just chew it and then save the seeds. You can go and plant the seeds and create new trees and create new life. And none of that involved any innocent bloodshed or animal suffering at all. The tree still survived. It's going to produce more apples. The tree is like, it is asking, the fruit is asking to be eaten by everything about it. It has these beautiful flowers, and the apple is just a delicious taste and everything. If you give kids a plate of options, if they're going to have fruit or flesh, I've personally witnessed a non-vegan child prefer my plate of fruit over their own mother's plate full of flesh. And people might say, oh, that's because fruit has sugar and it's sweet. Yeah, that's because that's what our Creator wanted us to eat. So He made it naturally taste good. Obviously, the powers that be have been meddling with our food and trying to alter it, probably just since the beginning of time, since they started to be inverted as well. So it's been going on for a long time, but these things that our Creator designed for us to eat, you can eat them just naturally, raw, grown in the beautiful sunlight, just natural. No animal suffering or innocent bloodshed about it. And during the Golden Age, that is what will be promoted, eating animal flesh. I don't know anyone personally that doesn't cook their flesh and season it or put sauce on it or anything else. Like lions in the wild, what they do is run up on their predators and then they tackle it. You know, they're really fast. They got sharp claws, sharp teeth, and they actually, do the deed of killing right there and eat the prey as it bleeds out. There's no going to a supermarket and picking out which piece of flesh and soul that you want to eat and then taking it home and cooking it and seasoning it. Can you not see the major difference between those two scenarios? One being an actual natural thing that predators are created to do in the wild, and one being a coward who preys on animals, whether it's because they are just still programmed to do it, or if they know better and they still choose to do it because they are scumbags. Anyways, all of these delicious things that you already love can be made in a vegan version. They have so many different vegan options out there. And if you don't like, I thought I was going to drop it. If you don't like the stuff at the store with the chemicals and and GMO stuff, I totally get that. If you want to make organic and non-GMO things, there's plenty of recipes online for you to do that. I personally make vegan burgers for my full moon celebrations, and they're made out of potatoes, carrots, garlic, onions, and leeks. So you can have really delicious things in more pure versions while you move yourself towards a truly pure diet. Well, if that's what you want to go for, which is what I want to do, to be raw vegan and eat what my Creator designed me to eat. But if you just want to go vegan and eat this delicious junk food and live during the Golden Age eating vegan junk food, no one's going to stop you. As long as it is vegan, there will be no problems. And I've said before that I want to have a chain restaurant called the Queen's Kitchen, and it will have all of these, not only these cooked delicious comfort foods and specialty items, but also raw foods and smoothies and juices and everything 24/7 available for free, because Mother Earth provides it for free. And I plan on using robots to do the heavy lifting, so it can all work out. We don't have to have humans slaving away their days. They can enjoy the food rather than have to be back there making it. And that's not to say that if you, want to be a chef, no one's going to stop you from doing that either. If you want to be a waitress, places you're allowed to work if you want. It's just that you don't have to if you don't want to. So I really look forward to that. It is a better world for us and our children, and I really look forward to it. And I like to ponder the different aspects of our world and what needs to be changed, what can be changed to make it into a paradise, like this delicious vegan pizza. That is some good stuff. If I go back to Ohio next Christmas, I'm definitely going to make my own pizzas. I might look on Amazon or something and try to find some vegan pepperoni. But I will be making my own pizzas, even though it's going to be a lot more work. I spent pretty much the whole vacation cooking, which having my dad ask me to cook so that we could all eat together was really awesome. It was really nice for them to understand that I wasn't going to eat with them if they were eating non-vegan things, and they wanted to eat with me, so they let me cook, and that was really exciting. And next time I go back, I'm going to have a lot more awesome recipes to share with them. I am going to eat this pizza and then get ready for the 10 o'clock video premiere. So I hope that you will come back for that and chat with me in the live chat. But in the meantime, I will be on Facebook in this Transvestigation, Transpocalypse Uncensored group on the pinned post for this video, chatting and talking more about the information in this video. So I hope that you will chat with me there. If you haven't made a Facebook, I know that Facebook sucks, but that is where the crowds of people are, and so that's why I have to use it. But yeah, you should definitely consider getting a Facebook and just getting on so that you can chat with me and learn more about your reality. So I will see you in just a little bit at 10, but chat with you on Facebook until then.
The more I kiss you, the more I miss you. My love's to be